Yo, what is good, ladies and gentlemen? You already know who it is. It's your boy STAX, and I'm back with another top 5 best builds in NBA 2K. Now, usually I do a pretty long intro. Let me get 350 likes on the video. Y'all already know the drill. Now, listen, we're gonna start off with the two-way three-point shot creator build. Now, listen, this is what I do want to preface. All right, I come at y'all with a top 5 every month, so I give y'all one a month, and I don't repeat builds. I don't like repeating builds, so there's a huge lack of center builds, lock builds. Yes, there are a lot of builds in this video that get a good amount of defensive badges, but I wouldn't necessarily call them locks. Like, these aren't primarily locks, you feel me? So understand that if you are a guard, you're gonna love this. If you want to start playing guards, you're gonna love this. If you are just not a fan of making weak guards, making weak play shots, you are going to be a fan of this video. Now, remember, I gotta preface this every single time, bro. These builds are not for everyone. There's no such thing as a build for everyone. So you got to understand there's 5 builds in this video. If you don't like one, you might like any one of the others. So I'm going to just get straight to it real quick, man. This build is absolutely insane. When I saw this build, I was like, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta make this. This is one of those builds that I definitely had to make. So we start with 410 attributes to put on the player. You already know, make sure y'all follow everything I do. If you see me do something that you're like, oh, I want to change this, I want to change the way this build is, feel free, by all means do it. You might get a different name, but hey, if the build is better, that's all that matters, man. So off the rip, we're gonna give ourselves 23 shooting badges. For the playmaking badges, around 12. Now, please do not be scared of the 12 playmaking badges. Please, like, please. That's nothing to worry about. 12 playmaking badges is fine. If y'all watch me play on my two-way playmaker, I literally get, I think, 13. And I dribble just fine. People don't even realize that I only have 12. So just make sure you get into my court, learn your combos, optimize your dribbling, and you're fine. You're not going to be any slower. Now, when it comes to the body shape, it's completely cosmetic. Remember that, y'all. The body shape does not change how your player plays, how he plays defense, how he plays offense, his speed. It doesn't change anything. So you can choose whatever you want. I usually choose built. Now for the height, you're going to drop it down. You're going to drop the height down because we want that speed and we want that ball control. That's what we want, y'all. Y'all seen the new season. We got the Curry slide. Let me know what's y'all level in the new season. I'm currently level 32. So I got my mascots yesterday. I stream every day on the channel. So make sure y'all, hit them noties. But the wingspan, don't be afraid to drop it. You'll be fine. Now you're like, Stacks, why do I upgrade my defense? Now the reason you upgrade your defense is because you're gonna put on badges like clamps, interceptor, intimidator, menace. Don't worry about, rim protector. You can't even get that on this build. So I know that's why a lot of people, they always wonder what's the point of giving yourself a lot of defensive badges if you're a short player. Short players can play defense too. Pick dodger, Hall of Fame. Well, not Hall of Fame, but pick dodger, clamps. You get the point. Let's get into the next build, man. So the next build we got here is the two-way playmaker. Now this is a lot different from the two-way three-point shot creator build. This one is actually pretty simple. It's been in the game for a pretty long time. A good amount of people use it, but I don't think everybody really knows about it. So here we go. Next thing y'all need to know, I almost forgot this. I had to add this in. Okay, listen. When you change your build to the metric system, okay, you have to go to the main menu, go to settings. If you're in America, it'll be set to imperial. Change it to metric. You'll see just later in this video. It makes a huge difference on a lot of your builds, and even your regular builds that you have built on the imperial. Try to remake them on the metric and you'll probably see they're a lot different. So forget all that. Let's look at the pie chart. It's going to be this one right here. Don't confuse it with any of the other ones. This is what people mean when they say a yellow-red chart. Now, for the physical profile, you can pretty much go with the first one or the vertical one. Doesn't really matter. But in this video, we're going with the vertical one. Now, when it comes to the attributes, man, we're just going to put all these on. Boom. 5, 10, 20, and 19. That is the badge spread for this build. Now, I know a lot of people are kind of looking at the shooting. You're like, Stacks, what am I going to do with a 66? Now, I feel like I don't explain this enough. If you're new to 2K, just listen up. If you're not, you already know what I'm finna get into. When you hit 99 overall, you get +4 to every attribute that you see here. So once we put in our wingspan, our weight, and our height, you're going to add 4 to that. That's going to be your attributes at 99. To obtain that 99 overall, there's many videos on YouTube. You can figure out how to do it. I promise. It's not that hard. It really isn't. But it just takes a super long time to explain. But I figured I'd do that for the new people. For the wingspan, make sure y'all follow everything that I do. Now, know all you need is an 85 ball control. Now, that's part of making builds, is optimizing all of your attributes. You kind of have to give yourself the bare minimum. And don't just give yourself extra stuff that's not needed, okay? So to unlock all dribble moves, all you need is an 85. So that means a 90 isn't necessary. 94, none of it's gonna actually make you dribble any faster. Now you got the choice of these 4 takeovers right here. You can go with any of them. In my opinion, the slashing and the shot creating one, I ain't gonna lie, those ones are looking like the best ones. Playmaking is cool, but I don't know what happened to all the ankle breaker animations. You can barely get an ankle breaker this year. So I will go with slashing, man. And the build, like in the beginning, it's called a two-way playmaker, y'all. That's the name of the build. Now, without further ado, let's get into the next build on the list. The number 3 build is the playmaker. We kind of just took out two-way, and this is a playmaker, but even though y'all will see very quickly, this build is very complex. There's a lot to it. I know y'all hear that loud ass car. I'm sorry, but look, what y'all want to do is y'all want to go with shooting guard. The reason you go with shooting guard, you get more badges on some of the pie charts, not all of the pie charts, but on a decent amount of them you do get more if you go shooting guard, okay? But other than that, attribute wise, not much really changes that much. So listen, with this build, even though it's called a playmaker, like I said, there's really a lot more to it. So just realize that, understand that this build is actually kind of overpowered. I wouldn't say this is one of the best builds on this list, just ranked out of this list, but if you do have a great understanding of 2K, you're gonna love this build. It's gonna be one of the most fun builds in the game, and that's really what I try to focus on my channel. I know in my last top 5, I mean, I say this in all of them, I create fun builds. These builds are meant to be fun. That's what you bought the game for. These builds aren't meant to be the most competitive builds. You're supposed to be the most competitive player. A build doesn't make you comp. That's never how that works. I hope y'all really understand that. Just because you're on a play shot doesn't mean you're automatically going to be good. Just because you're on a pure red doesn't mean you're automatically going to be good, okay? This really is focused on you as a player. All right, so with this build, you actually get a really high shooting. Like, it kind of doesn't make sense. It's a little broken. You get a pretty high shooting, you get a really high playmaking, and you get contact dunks with this build. Once again, the +4 that you get from 99, use that to your advantage. That shot create and take is calling my name. It's calling my name. And if y'all watch the daily streams, y'all know what's up with the shot create and take. Y'all know what's up with the fades. Y'all know how I get. That's what y'all want to use. Now, the build is called a playmaker. It's actually pretty interesting because nothing about it really says playmaker. If anything, you would think this is a slash and playmaker, but no, it's called a playmaker. This next build, this is the slash and playmaker. Now, I'm gonna have some gameplay on this build dropping very soon. This is a slash and playmaker, but unlike any other slash and play that you've probably seen on YouTube or even on the channel, for that sake, because I made mad slash and playmakers. But listen, man, for this one, this is a small forward build. So for my guys that want to play some defense, y'all want to really get in the mix, y'all miss them small forward builds, I got y'all. Y'all know I couldn't just give y'all the guards. I gotta say some of the best for last. But listen, the pie chart that y'all want to go with is none other than this one right here, the blue yellow chart as people will call it. But basically, if you just take a quick look at the attributes, the first thing that you're gonna notice is STAX. The shooting is not where I want it to be. Don't worry, I got you covered. It's really not, it's not that hard to shoot in this game, okay? Now, for the people who don't know, because I know 2K22 is free or about to be free this coming month on PlayStation Plus, listen, this is the easiest 2K to shoot in, all right? Do not be intimidated by low 3-point shooting stats, mid-range shooting stats. It's all in your head, I promise you. I promise you. Look, I've played with a point forward, I played with two-way plays, I played with so many builds that don't really have crazy good shooting. The moment you stop thinking about your attribute and just try to time the open shot, everything becomes so much more easier. I know that sounds like simple advice, but you have no idea how many people get so caught up in their low shooting, they just are afraid to shoot the ball. Now with this build, this is a slasher build, so if you don't want to shoot it, You really don't have to. That's not your only option. And the mid-range is always the option. Don't sleep on the mid-range. Y'all know I'm a twos player, so I'll take middies all the time. There's nothing wrong with taking middies, especially if you know you're gonna get the ball back. Scoring is scoring. All right. I've never understood why people say middies are pointless, but then make slashers. Like that doesn't add up. That doesn't make sense. A 2 is a 2 at the end of the day. But listen, I gotta get to it. The final build, the slashing, playmaking, shot creator. Now listen, y'all know I do not make play shots, and I hate showing y'all play shots, but this one in particular I have to show y'all. Now, if you're a fan of my channel, you really watch me, you know about my 4-way GOAT play shot. Now, this was the original build that I was supposed to make, but I had to make a couple tweaks, a couple changes. We switched it to shooting guard. We go with the regular play shot pie chart. Stay with me because it's about to get wicked. It's about to get crazy. Now, remember this, y'all. Remember this. The play shot is really one of the best builds in the game. Now, when your skill set matches your play shot, it's ridiculous. 9, 25, 22, and 1. Now, the reason I took out the steal is because I have an 80 steal on my play shot. I barely get steals with this build. It's hard to get steals when you only have one defensive badge. Now, there's a couple ways you can get a good amount of defensive badges, but at the same time, you're little. You're little. You're not even going to be able to put some of these badges on gold, to be honest. So you really got to think, how do I make an offensive machine? You put the dunk up, so when you hit 99, you get the 70 driving dunk. You'll get pretty much a 90 shooting, and then we got the 3-point shooting sleeves in the season. So it's slight work. It's super easy. So you're getting 4 of these takeovers to choose from. You already know which one I'm going to choose, but just, you know, if you want to choose slashing, go ahead and do it. If you want to get a play shot that gets contact dunks, if you don't know, that's possible. But look, the playmaking shot creator is here. This is probably going to be my next build, man. Listen, I know this was a pretty quick top 5. Like I said, I'm running off no sleep. I literally been rep grinding all night, all day since the season came out. Daily streams, catch them. I play the game for about 8 hours, 5-6 hours a day, man. So go check it out, man. I love y'all boys. It's your boy STAX. Comment down black screen STAX if you made it to the end of the video. I'm out.